Hello, welcome back. Today we've got another £200 worth of 10p's that we are hunting through, looking for those elusive little alphabet 10p's. We want some 2019 data ones. We've not completed a 2019 book. We have got A, C, D, E, F and G, H, I, J, K, L and M, whoops, N, O, P, R, T, U, V and X. So 6 still to go to complete this book. Because the 2019s are so low minted then and hard to find, we started a second 2018 book because they are marginally easier to find, still very, very tricky. We need one letter to complete this book, that is H for Houses of Parliament. Otherwise, the series is almost complete. So, let's get into this bag and see what we find. Okay then, whilst the coin hunt is ongoing, I'm going to be answering some of the recent comments or replying to comments left on my videos. So if you get a random like and a love for me, that means it's gone into my question bank. We've got one from... Ooh, what a name. Ooh, this is Augusta Andy. Augusta Andy, I think that's what it is. Great hunt again, Christopher. Thank you very much. Well done for not giving the game away in the thumbnail. If it were me, I would have started the next book immediately, as the rest of the hunt would be slightly irrelevant, as nothing else would be used. Imagine how you would have felt if a Commonwealth Games Northern Ireland had come out of a subsequent bag. Yes, so this is beyond the £2 coin hunt video that I completed, what was then the current book. So with the thumbnails, I am always quite keen on not giving away what the star find is in the thumbnail, but I had to tread a fine balance that I do need to attract a view. If I just put a Benjamin Bunny and say I found a Benjamin Bunny, people aren't going to watch it, so I do have to somehow elicit a view, especially from someone who's not already a subscriber, not already a viewer, maybe not even a coin collector, but might click on that video. So I feel like I do quite well treading that balance of putting something click friendly, not clickbait, click friendly, but not giving the game away, because when I first started making the videos, I had to put the star finder in the thumbnail because that's what got views. But as I developed an audience and people kept coming back and watching the videos, I was conscious that I didn't want to spoil the surprise of what it could be. So I tried to be a bit vague but elicit that there is something exciting in the hunt. In terms of, okay, when I complete a book in a hunt, I don't start the next book until the following hunt, which does mean if I finish say I need one more coin to fill a book. If I find that in the second bag of the hunt, I've got lots of bags to get through that effectively will be bookless. If I was doing a 50p coin hunt, I completed a book and then found a Kew Gardens, would I kick myself? Yes. Why don't I transfer some of those finds into the next book? It's double dipping. That's what I think. That's how I see it. You're double dipping. I like a clean start and end to books. And if I was to start book 2, having finished book 1 in that video, there isn't that nice clear divide, start and end. So yeah, I would be gutted, but they're my rules. It's my books, my rules. If I found that Kew Gardens that if I say I found 2 Kew Gardens in a video, one I wouldn't put into the next book because it's in the concluding book of the 50p's, for example. It's still going in my collection. I'm not putting that back in the bank, I'll tell you that for free. So that's my theory on it anyway. Okay, Rob Hinton says, my brother-in-law recently found an NIFC £2 2020 VE Day on the till of the family business. Interested to know whether coins that aren't intended for circulation, that are circulated, hold any sort of numismatic value. Okay, so numismatic value is a value to a collector. So all coins struck by the Royal Mint for the UK are legal tender. They have a intrinsic spending value. Bit of a grey area because legal tender isn't really technically legal tender. You can't take Britannias and spend them in a supermarket at their face value £2, for instance. But an NIFC £2 coin or a 50p or a pound coin, or I'm trying to think, an NIFC a coin that's of a circulating variety, you could probably get away with spending without an issue. Imagine handing your change over to a person on the till and they go, "That's an NIFC, that's a non-circulating design, keep that one, I'm not taking that one." That'd be crazy. I think if you were able to recognise an NIFC, you'd keep it if you're on that till, right? So, do they have a numismatic value? Yes. If we take, for instance, some of the shield dates, 2009, 10, 11, 16, 18, I would maybe not the 18, I haven't looked into that, but I know the 2009, 10, 11 and 16 certainly, they can sell for up to £60. The only way to get that is to buy an annual coin set, and an annual coin set is quite expensive, and as the years go by the supply dwindles, more people are cutting up those annual sets and selling the 50p's or whatever it is individually out of them, so they do hold numismatic value. Would a recent coin, say for instance the Star Wars, that's a good example actually, the Darth Vader and Emperor 50p has just come out, not having recorded this because I'm on holiday and I'm pre-recording. The Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine 50p has just come out to for collectors to buy earlier this week, if I'm working out dates and things correctly. If I found one of those, which won't happen, the following week, will that coin be valuable immediately? Well, it's not going to be worth more than the BU coin that you can still buy from the Royal Mint or a coin dealer that has them in stock for around £10. I can't recall how much BU 50Bs are off the top of my head at the moment. So would someone pay more than £10 for a BU coin that has been found in circulation when they can buy a pristine one from the Royal Mint for less than that? Of course, it's a no-brainer. It will hold more than face value, of course, because they're much less of those than made than any other circulating coin I would hazard a guess at. So I think that's an answer to the question, and I hope that makes sense. Anyway, Heidi Monk says, "Well, shoot, I was hoping to watch you put it in the book. That certainly would have been a fun way to celebrate with you." Yeah, it's not a bad idea. So why do people have mentioned it before in the past, why do I put the coins into the book and then show you that? Why don't I put the coins into the book? It's purely because the slots, the putting the coins in is a bit fiddly. I show you putting the 10p's in because that's just plop and it's in. But I don't show putting the 50p's or £2 into the books because they're just fiddly and faffy, and if there's a bunch of them to get put in, I'd rather just get them put in and then show you them. You've seen the book at the start without them, now you're seeing the book at the end with them in it, so that's the reason why. Maybe next time, if we've got the last coin to put into the book, we'll do that together. How does that sound, if I remember? Right, Viper X77 says, "I'd like to see a video on the oddity box." Yes, so whole coin collection video, oddity box, pennies, things like that I do, I've been doing ad hoc, is purely because how time consuming they are. My last whole collection video I recorded over 3 or 4 days, and we're talking about 3, 4, 5 hours sat down recording it, and then probably 2 or 3 hours editing that, because it's quite a long video, although it gets cut down to about 45 minutes. There's a huge amount of takes and setting things up for things like that. It's purely down to being conscious that I work full time, I make the videos, I try to have a little bit of a social life as well, have a bit of fun, switch off, watch some movies, watch some TV, play some video games, things like that. Otherwise I would go a bit nutty without having some downtime as well. So pennies, hopefully there has been a penny update, because I have worked very hard in the week before going on holiday to get that finished, and as of recording it's almost done, so there shouldn't be too much problems with that coming out, and again it's down to time constraints. Getting through a bag of pennies takes about half an hour if I'm going really speedily without any distractions, so 10 bags, that's still 5 hours hunting through pennies to produce one video. So it's just a case of being conscious that I need downtime. So that's the only reason for some of those videos taking a bit longer to come out than planned. Anyway, Krantz says, are the Restrikes made from the tinny 2019 metal or from the same metal as the original coins were made from? I must admit, I've not found one or handled a 2019 Restrike to find out what that metal feels like. I've got it in the BU set, but I'm not busting it out in the sets to find out if they're tinny. So if I find one, I'll let you know. Right, Trail for Buddy Moore says, Dear Christopher, if you were lucky enough to find every single coin to fill up a book up in a single hunt, and including the queue, would you fill up a whole book or would you keep your self-imposed rules? Please take into consideration the gravity of what is in front of you and don't say no, that would be cheating, because really you'd be cheating yourself. If I found every coin to fill up a book in a single hunt and including the queue, would you fill up the whole book or would you keep your self-imposed rules? I think I've covered this. Yes, when I finish a book, the next book starts on the next video. That's my rules. I will stick to them. I still keep the coins if I find something amazing that's not going to go into a book, for sure. And would I kick myself if I end up being stuck on that coin? Of course, but I'll have a laugh at myself. You guys can have a laugh at me and it'll be good fun, won't it? I'll still be hunting through the coins. Right, last question. Ryan D says, good way to remember the Jubilee mintage of 5,070,070 as there was one more coin minted over the 5 million mintage figure for each year of her reign. It's a very good way of remembering it, and I like those kind of things. They help stick in my brain. So things like obverse and reverse, I remember that solely because I think, well, obviously the queen is on the obverse, or obviously now the king. Obviously, obverse, obviously. So that's what helps that stick into my head. Some sort of, is it a mnemonic? I don't really know. I don't think it is a mnemonic, but something that will trick your brain, because I am unbelievably forgetful and things don't stick in my head. So anything that can sort of help remind me of things is really, really helpful. Like the German mint marks, I haven't figured out a clever way to try and remember. Although Berlin is A, right? Because that's the capital, first letter of the alphabet. That's how I think I can remember Berlin being A. But otherwise, hopeless. So anyway, that being said, let's go back to the coins. Well, there we go. Our finds for today: one United Arab Emirates, one Phil dirham. I think it is a Phil. I think it is one Phil. These come up in the World Coin Hunts from time to time, so that's pretty cool. 3 from Jersey. We've got 2006, 2016 and 2012, so a nice little smattering of dates. And then there's a very cool cud error, so it's a die, chip, die crack, whatever it is that's caused that damage to the die. I think they're pretty cool. I've got quite the collection of these now. It's quite interesting, the severity of different ones. That's from 20 something, 2014 I think that might be. Again, the obverse is quite blobby and weird as well, so I don't know. Interesting coin. I quite like those ones when they do crop up. Let me know in the comments though what your favourite coin from today's video is. It's always interesting to hear that, and if you know if that's a die chip or a die crack or what the difference is, because I must admit error coins are not my forte. I can spot one if it's obvious enough, but I do think they're quite cool. Links as well are in the description of this video to my coin collecting Discord server if you want to come over and join that. There's also links to my other social media channels that I'm on, the PO Box address you can write into me with, and of course the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, who I work for as my day job making videos for them, so please do check that out as well. All it leaves me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye!